It's been a few weeks since I did the cleft grafts on this apricot tree. Now that it's been grafted, it should have 4 different varieties. This is the one that is starting to bud, and if I look over to the other two, they're not budding at this stage, but yeah, definitely this one here. But I know I should take out these ones to give most of the growth to the tip where the graft is, and so I'm a bit, well, maybe I might. I'll take this off, and one on this side too, and that will give it a bit more vigor up into that new shoot there. And the quince here was grafted also, and I can sort of see if I can try to focus that in. No, that's want to focus. Oh, let me try it this way. It's not focusing, but anyway, there is a small bud just about there. But there you go, you can see it now. So I'm hoping that will continue to grow. Having a look at the pear tree and the grafts that I've placed here, this one is starting to bud as well. If you come across it over to here, you'll see a small bud bursting there as well. And I think even down the bottom here, come down to the bottom here, here's another one. So it looks like the cleft graft technique that I'm using is really paying off. Over the weekend, raised this garden bed with some rocks that I found down the front, and decided to plant this grapefruit in this corner here. Even though the espalier apples are alongside it, it won't take too much of the space that's required for this to grow. I know it needs a star picket or something to support it, but I've sort of run out at this stage, and I'm hoping that the wind that we have today won't damage it too much or rock it around too much. Okay, so we'll keep going. The locusts are definitely putting on some growth. Yeah, I need to tie this one up a bit better. Although a little bit of movement might do it some good, but I think this wind is way too strong. So I may have to tie this down just a little bit more. Even though we had a lot of rain last week, just a few days of no rain at all, it dries out pretty quickly. And now with this wind, of course, the ground is drying out. So I'm hoping that before summer does set in, I'll get all the irrigation system into the ground and manage to keep the trees watered during the dry season. Oh, I didn't know where to. And our lemon here. I don't know how that fell off, but okay, so that's a lemon there. Yeah, look, decided to plant another pomegranate at the front or in the middle here, just to fill in this space completely. And I'm figuring that with the lemon, it won't take away from the varieties of fruit trees that are in this centre garden here. Looking at the pomegranates, I don't think, oh, here we go, we're starting to see a little bit of movement. So the leaf are just starting to come out, and you can see how dry the ground is, even though I watered it yesterday. Coming around to this one is in the shade a little bit more. And yeah, there's not much happening on this one. I've come inside the fruit fortress, and as you can see, this is the miniature gala apple that I had, and I thought, look, why not try and graft a few more varieties on the one that's inside here. So I think there's a crispy crunch, a golden delicious, and then one other. And as you can see, they are starting to show signs of bud swell and leaf growth. Not a lot, but some. I'll come back around this way and look down. You can see there's one just there, and over to this one. If I come around this way, this one not so much, but here we go. There it is there. Coming down to the espaliated apple trees, I don't see any leaf. Oh no, here we go. Here's a couple of areas that are starting to leaf out. This one is a Granny Smith. As we go along to the Pink Lady, we have a little bit more movement with this one. Now again, I watered this yesterday and the surface is crusted, so I'll put the irrigation on and give it a little bit of water. How quickly does it dry out? So here we go. Here's some more. I'm not too sure. I think these are predominantly leaf. I'm not, although it could be flowers. Have a bit of a look. What do you think? I think they may be flowers, but not too sure at this stage. There we go, another damaged pipe. Another job for the weekend. I think what I've done there is I've screwed it on a bit too tight and split the casing. So thinking that I'm doing the right thing, actually damaged it. So I'll replace that on the weekend and not tighten it up as much as I did. Here we go. So you can sort of see on this one here, it does turn into flowers once they actually open up. So if we have a look at that just there like that, that will be flowers. Cool. We'll just have a quick walk around and leave it there, I'd say. I'd like to take the opportunity to say thank you to all my viewers, mainly the ones in America that are predominantly watching my channel and the development of my garden. If you are enjoying it, please subscribe and like. It does make a big difference, and I suppose it gives me a little bit of a buzz whenever I get a new subscriber or likes. But I know there's a lot of channels out there, so but if there's anything that you want me to talk more about regarding the garden, please leave it in the comments. If you have any advice or any suggestions of ideas that I haven't thought of that I could do to enhance it even further, I'm always up to listening to any advice or ideas to keep the growth happening here. Just another view of the fortress. There's not really that much happening, but I thought I'd take a quick video so I can refer back to what it looked like in the first part of September 2025. Okay, you can sort of see the leaves are developing, and looks a little bit bare in here at the moment, but I'm imagining that as they grow and form new branches and leaves, that the true effect of this enclosed garden will present itself when the space is fully greened up. Although we will get some fruit on some of the trees, like this cotton candy apricot plum, which will be nice. But this year, for whatever reason, maybe hard pruning, I'd guess, that the fruit would be limited, but the leaves and new branches will really make it look nice. Now, I did spray the peach and nectarines and I can't see any leaf curl. What I normally do is I spray every month since just before leaf fall in autumn, and every month until I see the leaves and the flowers come out. But being undercover here, doesn't get any rain, so all the water is pretty much from these drippers that the cobalt spray doesn't wash off. So really, probably there's no need to do as many sprays as I do, because it's not going to be diluted down by the rain in this environment. Here's a nice little harvest from my lemon tree. I'm guessing this is a Lisbon. Yeah, very nice lemons. And over the weekend I gave it its monthly feed of dynamic lifter. It pongs out here at the moment, but yeah, it's starting to flower in some areas. Oops, that way there. And then as you can see, the fruit is ready to harvest. This orange tree, as you can see, it's starting to flower and get new growth, which is really good. It doesn't see a lot of sun at this time of year, but it gets the morning sun from that direction all the way up and around until it hits the house, and then it's sort of in shade from there. So it gets pretty much most of the day's sun, but not the afternoon hot sun in summer. As you know, this is the feijoa. The feijoas here that I planted into a hedge, and I had a couple of apple trees in here amongst them, but I decided to espaliate these against the cyclone fence. There's one just over there. There's one, and another one over here, which is a gala. So I think that one over there is a crispy crunch gala, and then over here another gala, I think. So they're in the ground up against the fence. There is sheep on the other side, so the sheep may bite into any new growth that happens to go to the other side of the fence, but that's okay. Hopefully I can get it to grow on this side without too much damage. Over the weekend I finalised the front hedge of pomegranates. So this is the Azerbaijan variety, and as you can see, it starts from this end and now is completely hedged or planted like a hedge all the way to the other side, and they're starting to grow their leaves, I'm thinking, although, oh, here we go. Yeah, so you can sort of see there's a little bit of swell here. This will look, I believe, magnificent when the leaves finally sprout out, and maybe even some flowers. The date palms are coming back as well. It was a dry summer last year and not much rain realistically over winter, so I did water them a bit more than I normally would, and yeah, look, they're getting to a fantastic height. If we go over here to this one, you know, the sun's in my face, I'd say it's nearly reaching to the top, probably about 20 feet now, which is really nice, or at least 15 to 20 feet, and these are probably about 15 feet in height. The ones on the other side there, the ground's very dry over there, and A lot of those other trees take the nutrients, especially this this pine tree. So these three along the front here have been a little bit stunted, but as you get closer to the house where the trees of the roots of those are not affecting it, that one there is growing much better now. But these ones, yeah, wonderfully growing really nice. And I must say that the canary date palms at the front of the house is a little bit of a landmark to a lot of people we know and people we meet. And when we mention where we live and to look out for the date palms, 9 times out of 10 those people have already seen the house because of the date palms and know where it is. So that's interesting. So you can sort of see the view we have from the house outwards with the date palms, and of course the view from the road to the house is also quite spectacular. Yeah, so that's probably about it for today. Please subscribe and like. That would just make my day, just to know that people are appreciating the work that's going into this garden. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a fair bit of time past before, again, been a while since I've been down the back here where the poplars are growing. But over the weekend again I managed to pick up another hazelnut tree, a bush, just down here. I had one variety over there that I had for a while, and there was a sale on at the local store, and managed to get a second one. And a mate of mine said that I need a few varieties of hazelnuts for them to actually pollinate each other, and so I'm down to 2 or up to 2 already now. I have to get a third one, and I basically put these down the back here, so they, out of mind out of sight, they all grow into a bush, fill up this space, bit of a windbreak as well, and hopefully one day produce some hazelnuts. Rightio, we're down the very back of the property where the poplars are. Pain in my butt, this particular tree, but they've been here for probably over 50 years, and yeah, their roots are everywhere. But saying that, down the back here I have 2 hazelnut trees, bushes. I had the first one from last year that I planted here, and over the weekend was lucky enough to get a second one and planted the one just over there. So I'm hoping as the years go on that I can increase the numbers, because as a mate of mine said, I may need 3 or 4 varieties for them to actually pollinate and produce hazelnuts. Down the side of the house over here I have a few more canary date palms, and I did have an espaliated or hedging of pomegranates, and I decided to leave one in between each of the date palms, and all the ones that were along this fence line have now been spread out throughout the garden, in the front and in the back. I just felt that once the building next door is built, even though an espaliate would look nice, it might be too much work for me and probably too close to the date palms for it to look as nice as I would like it. But having the one pomegranate between the palm trees, and there's 3 of them over there, I think that will still just give it a little bit of depth in terms of having more than one variety of plant or tree on that side of the property. So that's probably about it for today. Like I've said before, it's time to go inside and make my kids some dinner. Take care.